Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Mystics MMOs. I am your host, Mystic Raven. All right, so I'm on Crowfall test, and I was playing with the jewelry. Oh no! No! That sucks! So I had to switch campaigns, and I was crafting because they brought down dregs, and they said move to this. And because I had to unlock it to move it, my gosh. You know, here's the thing about test. Let's get into this before they just need to have things where you don't have to recraft every goddamn thing over and over and over and over again. Like, put the gold belts on there. Don't have us, spend 15 minutes to craft belts just to do the crafting again. Yes, God. I mean, I get it, but we're on test. So, it's So, you can transfer characters, right? So, let's say I had to transfer this one, and they brought Trevor down, and I'm in NA. So I have to unlock it, right? I have to. Once you unlock it, you're going to get this warning like, oh, you're switching, blah, 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 blah. See, this selected character will be removed from the campaign. Press cancel to keep, but they're bringing it down. So you have to transfer it. So you go ahead, you unlock it, right? You hit world select. You go back into the guild versus guild. There is only one selection. So you go over here, right? And you have these things where you can transfer items. But just transferring it, I'm going to be empty. I'm just going to be so I go in here with the new tune. His bags are going to be empty with except with 2 apples or something. And I get it because that's how the live server plays. I understand that. I get it. But this is why we don't want to have to craft belts. It's because you have to craft your belts to get your better proficiency. What the fuck, yo? It's gonna suck. Anyway, so let's talk about you guys are gonna love these peeps. You're really gonna enjoy them. I promise you, because every community has toxic. Every game has a toxic community. I've been a part of toxic communities in the past. Everybody would say, "Oh, you're toxic." No, I'm not toxic, because here's the deal. I usually am the person that toxic players flock to because they want to pick on me now. I'm at an age where I just don't give a shit, and I'll just say it how it is. Like it, lump it, or kiss my ass. I don't care. So, I've just, like I said, I've been doing this a very goddamn long time. A very long time. I'm tired. I'm a very tired old man. So, the funny thing about it is this community, I think, is just even more whatever because, you always have it. You always get, haters and talk. And, I'm listen, man. Yesterday, I had, up to 60 live viewers. Yesterday. By the way, thank you guys for stopping in. I appreciate it. Even the haters. But the thing about it is what kills me is people don't understand. By hating me, you're drawing in the views. By trolling me, you're drawing in views. By doing that, you're causing controversy. That's getting this game a lot of attention. And that's the idea. That is the idea. To promote the game in any way possible. And when people talk about an individual playing a game, well, usually people want to get involved because they really don't like that player, namely me, or a certain player, so they want to get involved. And hey, man, whatever brings players to this game, that's why I'm here. I'm the player you love to hate, but I promise to my ESO community or my other gaming communities who like PvP, you should come just to mess with these individuals. It's a blessing. It'll be a blessing for you, I promise. You guys will enjoy the conflict. Now, there's some things I don't like One of the things I don't like is the Guild Alliance crap. I think that's baby. I think that's like, you know, coddler bullshit. Like, you know, like pacifying. Like that to like I've either played faction or guild versus guild. If I played a guild versus guild, there was no politics. It's the guild who actually outscores the other guilds wins. Not like, oh, you're a part of our alliance, let us score. If we win this campaign, we might throw you a bone next campaign. What the fuck is that? What is that pussy bullshit? What is that pussy bullshit? I gotta transfer some other characters. What is that? All my dudes will be naked. All of them. Everything's gonna get stripped. I'll have to start from scratch. What is that crap? If anybody's played any other guild PvP and think that's a pussy version of some, like, whatever, please hit like and leave a comment. Because I'll be honest, that to me is the most pussiest goddamn mechanic in a PvP game ever. I'm like, are you guys fucking high? Who's what the? That is some pussy fucking, that is some pussy shit. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not going to lie. Now, I came over to Dregs because I wanted to test some stuff, but because, you know, these guys were also like, you're not going to be able to take those bosses in Dregs. You're in pussy infected. And I was like, okay, sure, whatever. So I actually brought in one of my dudes, a couple of my dudes, and I tested it. I was killing bosses. It was fine. I was like, yeah. These guys, I mean, really? Wow. I mean, okay. Now, here's the deal. This is a PvP game. And groups are going to matter, right? But here's the deal. You have to get these things called discs, and you have to get, you know, different things that drop on different mobs to, like, your compendiums. You have to get compendiums. You have to get, you know, these components on thralls for major disc. You have to go into camps to get miners. You know, so that's just the name of the game. All my dudes are naked. All of them. They're all naked. I'm going to have to craft every goddamn belt again. I think this is my rune crafter. Yeah, it is. But, see, like I said, but to be effective, to be an effective player in this game, you're going to have to get into maybe small groups, or at times even be able to solo certain camps for drops because your dudes aren't on. So you're going to need builds to do what? To do it. Because a lot of these players aren't building for that. They're building for, you know, warfare. Like squishy little people who like can deal high damage but can't take a hit. Why? Because they depend on a healer. Or a tank who can't deal any damage but takes damage because he has to be on the front line. Okay, that's all in good. That's all good. Those have functions. I totally agree with that. I completely 100% agree with that premise. But there are players who are going to need to do what? Harvest materials or farm materials. And not every build can, you know, is, you know, reflected of that. So let's drop the apples for now, but, you know, we'll do some upgrades on some belts. So here's the funny thing about this. You need green discs, right, to craft belts or upgrade belts. Your first belt's actually obtainable through the vendors, right? You buy green belts in this game, and that's going to cost gold. So you're going to need gold farming. Then you're going to have to craft to get these, typically to get these green discs, right? And that's a lot. It's like 120 something of these to get your legendary belt. All right, that's a lot of crafting to keep getting green discs to upgrade. All right, So that's why, you know, there's going to be certain players who specialize faster than others. Okay, just the way it is. You can do it. I mean, you can you can have a crafter of um, every type, as long as you have the character slots. So, you know, once again, I do recommend, you know, getting the game in advance so you secure those character slots. But you never have to remake a character name once you make an alt. So that's another thing I really do like about this game. I don't have to keep coming up with these different versions of how to spell Mystic, Raven, or Mystic. So, you know, hey, cool deal. And once I have it, it's locked in place. Nobody else can take my name. Yay. But, you know, if you pre-order, you can get your character slots in advance. You can test things. You get, you know, sure, there's going to be a server wipe at launch. I anticipate at least another 5 to 6 months before this game goes live. Let's be practical. It's not around the corner. It's a few months away. It's close, and I think they're onto something, but they definitely need to work. Like, let's be honest about the campaign system. I said yesterday they need to separate infected from campaign a little bit. Why? Because you need to make it faster paced than infected. All right, you really want to incentivize players to get to campaign. You want to get them in, you know, into wanting to do guild versus guild. I wouldn't recommend it at this time because it's a political blowjob, is what it is. Ask Bill Clinton. No, I'm just saying. How do we get ahead? You know how we get ahead in Crowfall. I'm just saying, yo. So, yo, David, what's up, dude? What's up, bro? Are you still beating the same dead horse? Always, dude. That horse ain't dead yet. Hell no, it's not, Space. You know it's not. It's not dead. I'm just getting started, Dave. You know how it is, dude. You know how it is. Everybody loves to hate me or hates to love me. You know, pick your poison. But I think honestly, as far as conflict, you know, the campaign goes, I think they need to like remove the timers from forts. I don't think there should be a timer on any fort. For the infected, they need to make the not the forts, but snap. But the big one, like an hour timer to get resources and build its defenses, and then you use pigs and stuff like that. It's not like campaign where it's like every 2 days it's vulnerable, you know, and you have an hour within every 2 days. That's unrealistic. Let's get with it. They need to, you know, they can keep that in campaign, but infected, get rid of that. Get rid of it. Make it every, you know, hour or two. Why? More conflict, faster pace, and get rid of, you know, the little forts. Get rid of those windows. You want to keep people on their toes. You want PvP active constantly. And that's another thing too, because that draws attention away from harvesters and infected. Infected, you know, you definitely want to be able to take the opportunity to level. Not to say it completely, you know, whatever, but at the same time, it allows players in those zones to relatively, you know, level, and people who are interested in the PvP are still caught up into the PvP. Okay, I just feel like that's one of those necessities. The diversity in the game is good, in my opinion. I think this game has a lot of diversity, a lot to look forward to. The crafting system's where it's at. You know, I think in this modern day MMOs, we do not have a lot of games that have end game viable crafting. There's just not. There's very next to none. And in a game like this, that's what you want. That's what you want to cater to. You want to go ahead and take where crafting becomes the centerpiece. It becomes, you know, the bane of like everybody's existence is to have a really good crafting. It's no longer about, you know, doing PvE to PvP. You know, now it's just like people who don't want to PvP and want to be crafters can be crafters. And I feel like that alone is an attractive feature for players who like crafting. But you know me, Dave. We ain't dead. We ain't dead. We cannot be dead with this topic. I like it. Why? Because man, I get hate. God, I get some hate. It's like we hate you. We hate you. I know. I get it. I get it. We're gonna get about like 30 something of these bitches. This is what I'll have to go through. I have to log on each tune, buy their belts, and then craft up all new belts and all new gear. Right? And that's the problem once you get into campaign, because you'll get transfer tokens, but they're slimmed between each campaign, and it is very taxing to transfer from infected from campaign back to infected, or from taking a character from infected and putting them into campaign. I'll go over that one day. You know, we'll discuss all that. So my recommendation is, you know, you farm up, because listen, if you're not, the only thing that doesn't go against you are your discs. Okay, that's it. So you really do want to upgrade the disc up to epic level. I wouldn't worry about belts. I would, like, you know, get those up to a certain point, and that's pretty much about it. Okay. So I think we have quite a bit just to start here. Okay. So we're going to go to upgrade items. We're going to go to specialty tools. We're going to go to crafting belts. Okay. So as you guys can see, it'll ask me for 3 belts. And it'll ask me what? For 3 disc each. That's 9. And then I need 5 domination dust. That's expensive. Those are 4K per pop. Okay. We go ahead. Now we can make a rare. Now we need 3 rares to make an epic. Right? So you guys get it? It's like, and you need the only way you can get these green discs are by crafting in your discipline. And then you have a chance to, you know, drop a disc once you craft. Okay. So once again, once we make 3 belts, and upgrading belts do not count as part of the craft. Heads up. You actually have to do the craft. Now once we get 3 of these, now we can slot 3 of these. We do not need blue disc. We can use the green. Don't do the blue. Just use the green. And then we go ahead, we upgrade, and now we have an epic. Now we need 3 epics to make a legendary. You know, so you guys kind of get the point here. And yes, this is going to be time consuming in a launch game. I promise that. Because you need to, like, acquire these discs. And how do you do it? You craft. You'll be grinding away. Don't worry, Mystic will figure out a way to hopefully get a faster drop rate. I'll check all that out. So now we have 2 epics. So we need 1 more. Might be short. Oh, forgot my dust. If anything, I actually had over that. Better over than under? Okay. So, now we have our 3 more blues. Okay, now we have our 3 purples. Every crafter's responsible for taking the purples, upgrading it to their legendary. So a rune crafter cannot upgrade a woodworker's legendary belt. Woodworker has to upgrade their legendary belt, or whatever. So, and now we put in the last 3. I had 3 to spare. We'll put that in, and now, oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, legendary, rune making, epic, epic, epic. Yeah, should work. I don't think I need the legendary or purple discs. Maybe I do. See, those are epic, epic, and crafting. Should be 3 crafting belts, 3 epics. Those are harvest tools. I don't know. It comes in here. I'm telling you.